Alright, give me 1 second, y'all. Trying to get the wireless mic set up. It's been giving me more issues recently. What's up, everyone? Ooh, music might be a little loud. Let me see. Come on. Where you at, USB? Okay, there we go. We're good. Alright, get the wireless mic on now. What's up, everybody? Oh, is the square showing? Man, this camera. Give me 1 second. Hello? Square? Okay. Should be no more square. Yeah, we're good now. It's because this is a digital camera converted to a webcam. So, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. We got KL130 first in the house in the mainstream. What's up, Giant Robots? We got Reluctant Hero. Hello, Nathan Taskforce. Good to have you back. Got Stang 2007, Robert Fixit, Blake Nicely. What up? Greetings from Kent. I was just near Kent yesterday. I went to meet up with some friends at the South Center Mall or Westfield. But yeah, we went to a restaurant there at the mall, and then one of my friends went back home to Kent. And I was almost gonna drop him off, but one of my friends that we met up with ended up dropping him off because I had to drive further north. But yeah, I was just down in that neck of the woods. There were some car prowler looking people in that parking garage. That mall is kind of sketch, man. There's shootings at least once a year there, but yeah. Glad to see a native though. What's up, Conway Psycho? What's up, EDI? What's up, Brian? Oh, is it hard to hear? Let me see. Oh, you're right. Give me 1 second. It's because I have the volume test 1, 2. All right, this should be better. Yeah, I think I was really quiet. Sorry about that. What's up, Simon Lee from the Vertical Stream? We got Rita Static. Hello. PSJC Gamer. What's up? All right, we got both streams going right now. I think all the numbers are looking good in terms of stream health and bitrate and all that. I think got the volume fixed. I was running a little late today. That's why the stream started like almost a minute late. That Hynix hoodie coming in black? I have no idea. I got this hoodie. Jeez, let me take a look. I think I got this hoodie like 6 years ago or something. Let me take a look at my email. $2019. Okay, so 5 years ago. Yeah, so I got this hoodie 5 years ago from SK Hynix. They sent over an SSD and a hoodie. But I love this thing. It's mostly because it's a little bit large for me. Slightly oversized, so it's very comfy. But I do not know if they ever came in different colors. But this is... I like wearing... I know it's like free advertisement for companies, but I like just wearing merch because... One, the designs are usually a little bit more unique than what you see. Like, how often do you see someone wearing a SK Hynix around, you know, just walking around in public? Not often, right? But also because it's free. So, I mean, this is a pretty decently nice hoodie. Probably would cost like 30 to 40 bucks if it was like a normal, you know, brand. So, yeah, I love getting free stuff from companies, even though it means I'm advertising them. I'm a walking billboard. Hello from the Netherlands. What time is it over there? Time in Netherlands. It is 2:05 a.m. What are you still doing up? What's up, Jason? Let's go. So both GTX 1070s today, ready to go shopping. How much did you sell them for? So 2 1070s. Is Brad in the house yet? Hopefully Brad joins the stream today. I want to give him a shout out. But I'd wear a dude, imagine a Zeus shirt. Is there even like an official logo? Let me see if I can find it. Zeus logo. There's Asus. Straight up typing Zeus logo. It is so like small of a brand, or at least non-mainstream, that you can't even find their logo officially on Google Images. If you put in Zeus though, you get the AliExpress direct link. Desired spec, first time ever on a stream early. Well, welcome. This is what we do at the beginning. We just kind of talk and wait for people to show up. So we give people time to show up to the streams. Usually it's just small talk, saying hi, checking in on everybody. What's up from Puyallup? What up, Brian? We got another Washington Pacific Northwest person in the house. I'm trying to think of the last time I went to Puyallup. That was for the LAN party earlier this year. My buddy James. It's technically, he lives in a Tacoma address, but it's basically borderline Puyallup. We're on the, what is it, 512 there? I actually saw your friend Meg and Jan last weekend at South Center Mall. Oh, did you say hi to them at all? I didn't know they went to the mall. I know he was down there at Feast Buffet for one of a family member's birthday, but did you say hi? They do like going to round one. Jan loves round one. He likes rhythm games. But dang, crazy. It's funny because when we were at PAX last month, one of the viewers said hi and was like, oh yeah, I recognize all you guys from the videos, which is kind of, for them, it was very like surreal how they were kind of like, you know, celebrities being in the LAN party videos and people actually recognizing them out in public. I thought that was very cool. I get surprised when I'm recognized out in public, which doesn't happen often, but it's always nice when people do stop and say hi, even though I know it might be awkward for like a viewer or something to want to say hi. It's kind of awkward for me too, because I don't expect it, but a couple of weeks ago we went to Chipotle, my wife and I, and then the guy behind the counter, as he's checking us out, he says, "You look familiar. Did we ever work together or anything?" I was like, no. He's like, what do you do? I'm like, I have a YouTube channel. It might be through that. He's like, that's where I know you from. And I was like, wouldn't have expected a Chipotle worker to say hi. That one guy saw Nick in Japan, exactly. You're a walking male alpha? Yeah, right. No way, bro. Skinny glasses, nerdy voice, that is definition of beta. But don't worry, I will lead the charge for the betas. Any good deals from Marketplace today? Like Facebook Marketplace? I'm not sure. But I do plan on deal hunting, though I'm gonna ask everybody their thoughts on it, but you're seeing inside Chowking and they walk past. But please say hi to them. Okay, I'll let them know that they you saw them. Unrelated topic, do you have a favorite headset recommendation? Nope, not at all. Though, anybody in chat, if y'all want to put your favorite headset recommendations, feel free. I don't want to play the whole video, but if you go on the Discord server, not too long, this video right here. So, Demon linked this video, which is really funny. I'll link it in both the chats. You guys should watch it if you've not seen this yet. But I am a person who is mainly speakers. I do everything speakers, and I rarely go to my headset unless I'm trying to look for something specific sound-wise when I'm editing or something. But yeah, I prefer the game with nothing on my head, and like, you know, voice calls, whatever the heck. Streaming right now, no headset. So, but the directional sound thing, this is a pretty funny clip. It was basically a group of, or this guy uses, you know, what is it, 7.1 surround sound headsets for the first time, and it completely changes his gaming experience. But yeah, no, I am definitely not I'm kind of not a peripherals snob or like elitist or picky at all. I mean, I've said it before, like, I just use this Harpoon mouse. I use, you know, almost, this is a pre-built, essentially, K4 Keychron keyboard. Yeah, I don't go super in-depth and into the weeds and kind of on the premium side when it comes to peripherals. Maybe, like, monitor, I do like my monitors to have decent, like, you know, like, 1440p ultra wide, high refresh rate ish. But yeah, when it comes to headphones and stuff, that's why I don't ever do content on stuff like headsets. Have I tried OLED? I have not personally tried it myself. I've seen it, you know, from either friends that have it or just as demos. But and like, you know, at PAX they had OLED set up with PCs and I've played on them. But yeah, I don't I'm too cheap to go OLED. I could probably get a company to send one, but I haven't made the jump to OLED yet. They're amazing, but I'd wait for the price to drop more. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. That's what I kind of did before I jumped up to ultra wide 1440p high refresh rate. I was using my 34-inch 1080p ultra wide 60 hertz for a really long time until I jumped to, you know, the one that I'm on now. So we got Citrus 28 months. Citrus, were you like one of the first, like when membership opened up, did you join like the first month? I don't know. I don't remember how long memberships have been open on my channel, but apparently if you have been since the beginning, it's been 2 years and 4 months, which is kind of crazy to think. But with the Dino Nuggy message, thank you for that. I play scary games, so I don't do headphones, especially lately with the games I am playing. New Steel Series Nova 5. I do headphones when I'm on laptop, however. What GPU would you aim in the used market for $350? 3080s haven't fallen that much, have they? I think it's kind of the price gap between 3070s and 3080s are pretty big. 3070s, I would say in the used market is pretty easily $250. And then 3080s are like 375, 400, I think. Actually, we do have a link in stream submissions that we could check out. So Reckless posted this GPU comparison chart. So let's look at the price. So Amazon prices, used, top picks used. So 350. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this. Best GPUs. Full comparison table. Condition used. Yeah, so this is in, I'm gonna pin this as well in the stream submissions channel. I'll link it to y'all just so that you can see what we're looking at if you want to follow along. But I haven't checked this out yet. Reckless actually just posted this. When was that? Oh wait, no. You posted this 4 days ago. I did not see it because I usually only check out the stream submissions channel during the live streams. But okay, so this wasn't just posted, but I'm just looking at this now. Filter by price. Can I sort by price? Yes, I can. Ooh, okay, interesting. So let's go back to, you said 350. 3080 10 gigabyte on eBay. This listing ended. I wonder how often they pull from this. 6800 XT is going to be around there too. A little bit more than 350. Look at, what is this? This is odd. So, okay, that's an Amazon one, but I put used. Oh. Okay. What's up, Hazard Me? Okay, so Radeon Pro 6800 XT. Yeah, so 3080 6800 XT. How about a little bit cheaper? 4060 Ti here. 6750 XT for 320. Okay, that's like what you can buy them almost brand new for. What? Value. Oh, there's a value. Okay, let's look at the value sorter. So I'm guessing green is better value. What are they saying are the best values on this website? This is an interesting website. I mean, I love tools like this, but let's see, $95 for a 1660 Ti. The thing is, the eBay prices are always going to be more standard than what you could get more luckily from your used market. So like a 1660 Ti, I would expect to be closer to like 80, which is only like a $15 difference, right? Like to get a good deal in your used market. But because eBay is more standardized, Okay, so that sounds about right. 95 on eBay for that. Vega 64. I have not given mine to the Vega 56 and 64 in a long time. And I don't know if there's a reason to buy them, given that you can get the 6000 series cards for pretty cheap nowadays. Like, look at this, 6600 XT for 150. But okay, 1650 Super for 75. I don't think it's worth that much, but 2060 for 120. Yeah, these prices are a tad bit higher than what I would imagine. Let's see. 290Xs for 70 bucks? Dude, this card is ancient. This is like... I guess if you look at the price of a GTX 970/980 where this falls, they are... A 970 definitely should not be that much. 1070s are around 70 to 80 bucks. Okay, 230 for the 6700 XT. Okay, interesting. Our value score is calculated based on performance and price. Data is updated every day. Okay, interesting. What website is this? This is something that one of the members in the Discord server linked. It's called Best Value GPU. I linked it up there, but it's just it looks like it scrapes eBay and Amazon data. I think those are the only ones that I saw. Let me see if there's Newegg in here too. So I see Amazon. Yeah, it looks like just Amazon and eBay. Oh, Jawal's in here. Interesting. 3090 for 1,000 bucks. Is this listing still on? It is. Even though now it looks like the price might have dropped to 850 from 995. $290X equals, yeah, 40 bucks. The results are probably off because not many of them sell. If that, honestly, they should have two different columns unless I can add that. Yeah, no, they don't have it. Okay, they should have a currently what is the cheapest you can buy it for a column, and then one that takes like data from the last, let's say 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 months of sold listings. But then if you include sold listings, how do you sort out the broken part ones? So it's like, yeah, it might be more difficult to code. Yep, looks like I'll look for... Well, so you might be able to look in the used market, right? Let's look at what 6800 XTs are going for off of eBay, because you might be able to hit that 350 depending on recent... Let's see. So 400, 375, 6600 XT. So I got Facebook Marketplace. How many miles your Yaris have? Like, I think 150,000 at this point. Like, over 100,000 put on by me. Where's your most recent LAN at? My most recent LAN was at my house just last month. And the video is coming out in December. $6,800 XT. 375. 250 for 6700 XT. 350 in Santa Clarita, California. Let's see. And this is the... Which one? Which version was that? No. I don't want to log in. No! Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to log into this. Okay, let me redo that search. Alright, 6800 XT. Everything but. Yeah, I don't... It's funny because we're seeing a lot of like 6700s, 6600s, and their XT variants. Very little 6800s. I feel like from that generation, the 6800 XT was kind of the not as popular one because... Is it because it's more expensive? I guess that's why we're not seeing 6900 XTs pop up as much. Yeah, I guess anything over the 67 or 6750 XT, you don't see as much when you search. Here's the 6900 XT for 425. I got a 7800 XT for around 400, 4 months old. Yeah, at that point, why not just go up to a 7800 XT, which, let's see, pricing on that. So we do have one for 470 on Newegg. What's Amazon looking like? So it's like $100 difference. Okay, yeah, then that's not worth it. Save $100 and get pretty small performance differences going with the 6800 XT. I got a used 6800 XT basically for $345. That is a really good price for that. Does it have any problems? I know this ain't PC related. I'm just wondering, are they reliable? I think so. There's a, I joined recently, Yaris subreddit. So there's a /r Yaris, and I've never ever joined a subreddit before, specifically for cars or the car that I owned. I don't know how I came across this, but I saw it and they talk about different issues here and people can ask questions about problems. From what I've seen so far, and I've been in this subreddit for probably a few months now, everybody's Yaris is very reliable. Like, there's a lot of people who have them pushing, like, 200,000 plus miles and stuff. And just whenever people ask for advice about the Yaris, I mostly only see good things about it, like low maintenance, cost, runs forever, etc. So yeah, I would say I wish they still made Yaris's in the US. They still do in other countries, but you can't import them here until they're 25 years old because of what, Mercedes and their freaking lobbying, because people were buying cars overseas for cheaper and it was messing up their profits. I see 2 sold recently for 400 each, so if you are patient and willing to hunt, the price will drop with each coming week. Sold recently where, on eBay? Yeah, so on eBay, then you take like 10% off for local market, hopefully. Got a pre-built with a 3080 and an i7 12700 for 800. Good or not? I think that's really good. Yeah, pre-built. When you say pre-built, this sounds like you didn't buy it from like a online brand new or something. Did you buy this used, like, from Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp? Because, first of all, those gen of parts, they're not super old, but I don't think many system integrators are still putting 3080s in their builds. But, yeah, 800 for the performance that this gives, I think that's really good. Used refurb. Okay. I think that's fine, yeah. What is it, like a custom build, or is it like from, one of the big SIs like HP, Lenovo, Alienware, etc.? I need to post my 7900 GRE in the Discord. Why are you selling your 7900 GRE? You need to stop being so busy, though. What do you think about pricing it at relative to how much people can get them for brand new? Robert Fixit says, I'm a Toyota mechanic. Yaris is one of the most reliable cars. You could literally drive it forever. That's the plan. I'm looking to sell my daughter's old PC. It's a Ryzen 7 3700X with a 5700 XT. What do you think's the fair price to sell it at? 3700X, 5700 XT, without knowing any other details like SSD, power supply, motherboard brand, how much RAM. Just assuming it's standard, like 500 to 1 terabyte for the storage. Anywhere from 16 to 32 gigs of RAM. Let me see. to sell it for too. So you can kind of make a little bit of money because it is fully assembled. I'm thinking like 600, 650. Remember, this isn't how much all the individual parts are worth, because it might be less than that. This is how much would someone be willing to buy it for on Facebook or OfferUp. And for a Ryzen 3700X, 5700 XT, I'm thinking like maybe closer to like 500 to 600, unless you have some crazy like I don't know, expensive motherboard in there, a super premium case, like a big power supply that's, you know, either A or B tier, etc. But just like assuming everything's pretty standard by now with how old those parts are, I'm thinking 500 to 600. Yeah, because 5700 XT is going for what, like around 140, 150. 3700X, it's not worth that much anymore because 5700 X3D can be bought for like 130 brand new. So yeah, those are your two core components, adding up to maybe $250. Fill in the rest with RAM, SSD, motherboard, power supply, and case. I'm thinking like 500 to 600 bucks. But chat, what do you guys think? Yeah, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte M.2, white case, 500 watt PSU, B450 mobile. Yeah, so let's see, 16 gigs of RAM is what, like 30 bucks. 1 terabyte SSD is a little bit more pricey right now, but used like 50 bucks. Yeah, so I'm thinking anywhere from 500 to 600 depending on your market. If you're in a market where it's very competitive and there are a bunch of people flipping their PCs and selling used builds like this, you might have to do it on the lower end. But I'm thinking like, I think someone would pay 600 bucks for a working PC that can run modern games like that can. And yeah, see, the thing is, the 240 AIO, I don't value that as much, especially for a 3700X. You could cool that easily with a cheap tower cooler. So I don't know if a potential buyer might care that it has an AIO in it, but like I am not gonna tack on like a big price to that. Do you think a 7500F would bottleneck a 7900 XT or XTX? I'm asking out of curiosity if I do happen to get a good deal at all. Honestly, I think if you already have a 7500F and you find a good deal for the 7900 XT or XTX, I think it would be fine to pair with it. What you're going to end up doing if you're not already playing at 1440p or 4K is turning it up to those resolutions and maxing out your graphics to get more use out of the graphics cards. And I think there's a number of games that would put that into a GPU bottlenecking situation. 7500F is a very capable processor, and a lot of the new games coming out, they are very, very graphics intensive. So I think you could pair those up if you already had it. It has all the unicorn puke. I was thinking about around 550, so that's good news. Yeah, so compare it to what's selling in your market, and then you know, price it based on that. It doesn't hurt to price it at 600, so that if people try to lowball you a bit, you can come down in price to 550, which you originally wanted, and get exactly what you were thinking. So excited to give my nephew his first PC for Christmas. Let's see. What kind of PC are you giving, Mr. Pete? Are we talking like a budget used build here, or like a new pre-build, etc., or a new one that you built for him with new prices? I think for a kid, any fully assembled PC that can play games, regardless of the price, would be a very exciting Christmas present. A PC is like a door into a realm of endless possibilities, as corny as that sounds. Yeah. I recently purchased a 7900 GRE paired with a 5070 X3D. You think that will last me? I mean, unless you're one of those people who requires ultra settings, high resolution, high refresh rate at every point in time, it probably won't. But I think for most people, specs like this, there'll be plenty of people running specs like this over the next 2 to 3 years. Have you watched any anime that's not Fairy Tail or the normie Big Four animes like Bleach? First of all, I've never... I think when Bleach came out, I was still in high school. Not middle school. I think it was high school. And I never got into it. Never watched One Piece. Too many episodes. DBZ is like the only one from that list I watched. I didn't watch Naruto. Yeah, I like watching the smaller animes. But then if I say like Attack on Titan, that's a pretty normie anime by today's standards, right? It's so mainstream. What have I watched recently? When I had my foot issues, I actually watched a ton. Like Kaiju number 8 is probably one of the more recent short, like, you know, it was what, 10 episodes total? And I enjoyed that a lot. I watched Solo Leveling, which also was a short one that's, you know, it's kind of new, so they don't have all the different seasons and episodes out, but I don't know. I feel like Kaiju number 8 and Solo Leveling is also kind of mainstream and kind of normie because it's popular and you see it on merch in, like, you know, Uniqlo and stuff. So I don't watch the very obscure, like, super niche stuff that nobody's ever heard of for the most part. Also, I don't watch slice of life anime. I don't know. Like, I like watching stuff with action and fighting and stuff, so... Yeah. Solo Leveling, I'm grouping it with... we're talking about that now, Jason. It's actually not anime. It is... manhwa? How do you say that? I don't know how to pronounce that because it's Korean. Yeah. Nope, stop playing WoW. I'm not playing WoW. I'm playing Throne and Liberty right now. Not currently right now, but I am playing Throne and Liberty as my MMO at the moment. I have too many hours in there that I'm kind of ashamed of it for how short the game's been out. But I'm enjoying Throne and Liberty a lot. Okay, the Koreans are killing it. Yeah, the only thing is it's a little bit grindy, but I was born for the grind. I've played many grind games in the past, so I'm for it. But it is getting harder in Throne and Liberty now to gear out my character just because of the daily limits that they give you, and I'm free to play, so I'm not swiping. So the amount that you can actually upgrade your gear each day is very little once you get to the end game and get combat power close to 3,000. But yeah, okay, so we've been talking about a bunch of random stuff, a lot of PC stuff though, for the last half hour. Let's get into the topic of this stream. Now, I want to fill out my video catalog, at least, maybe more, like have more recent versions of build video examples. So more recently, I did what, a $500 build video, and then I just released yesterday the $200 build video. Both of those were like very repeatable types of builds. So I was like, all right, what's the next price point I should do? And I was thinking, should I do 300? And I'm like, nah, that's kind of too close to the 200 that I did yesterday or released yesterday. And the one that I released yesterday could easily be changed into a $300 build by swapping out a more powerful graphics card and doing things like upgrading, getting like a bigger SSD, stuff like that. So I was thinking 400 is actually a kind of weird number when you think of like build, like when you think of build guides on YouTube, you see like 500 a lot, you see like maybe 750. They're kind of like in 250 increments, but then you also see like some 250, 300, $1,000 builds. 400, it's kind of like 800. It's like a weird middle point for budget. So that's why I was like, all right, why not just do a $400 one and eventually fill out like every $100 increment. So we have 500. More recently, we have 500 and 200 knocked out. I know a little bit ago I did like $350, but And that kind of serves as like an intermediary. But for $400, I'm curious of you guys' opinions. Do you think people, and I don't think you guys will, because I know most of the people in the chat right now like AliExpress, but like I feel like under a certain budget, you should use AliExpress as much as you can, because every $10, $15, $20 saved compared to shopping on Newegg or Amazon is a much larger portion of the overall, you know, price that you have to spend. Then when you get to like $1,000, like, okay, yeah, who cares about saving 15 bucks from AliExpress versus Amazon, because you have $1,000. It's like, you know, 1% or whatever. But at the smaller budgets, each of those savings adds up really quickly. So like for a $400 build, I'm thinking AliExpress. But I don't want people to get mad at me, because the last two builds that I did, the 500 and then the 200, they both leveraged AliExpress to get the price down that low. I like AliExpress because it is, versus like deal hunting locally, because it's easy to get parts, and it's easy for the viewers to try to copy the build the more I get from AliExpress. You know, they have like a ton of stock and the prices are pretty, they're pretty stable. Whereas if I get like some local used deal that's kind of lucky, like nowhere near as many people can replicate it. So people are very skeptical of AliExpress. I agree. I get comments in every video that I do AliExpress. They think it's like gonna fall apart and die. Like, I got a comment recently about the motherboard. They're like, I don't know if I would trust that motherboard. I'm like, what reason do you have not to trust the motherboard? Just like, how often do you use Facebook Marketplace for deals? I check Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp quite often. I don't make videos out of every pickup that I do on those, just because not all of them are interesting, but I check them often, and I'm pretty lazy, so I usually try not to go more than like 15 miles from where I am at. Like, I don't want to drive far, which is another good reason about the deals on AliExpress. Like, first of all, CPUs on AliExpress are killing it. Like, any of the Ryzen processors for AM4, they're so much cheaper than you can get on eBay, Newegg, Amazon, and even cheaper than people are selling them on Facebook and OfferUp. But also have, I'd be worried about counterfeits on AliExpress. I also have Micro Center 45 minutes away. If you have a Micro Center, I mean, how much are Micro Center, like 5600? I think AliExpress still beats Micro Center on the Ryzen 5600. There's no way they're selling these for 80 bucks. If they're even selling them at all. Okay, let me see. No, we'll just go to like the Tustin one, because that's pretty big. So if you look up Ryzen 5600, right? Can I buy a boxed Ryzen at all? No? Found in stock. Give me 1 second. Include out of stock items. Sure. Okay. CPUs. Where? Man, the sorting on here. Processors. Here we go. Okay. So Ryzen 5600. $109. Yes, it does come with the cooler. I do give it that. But we also have $81 here. So we're talking, whoops, why did it do that twice? 110 versus 80. So that's $30, which that's not insignificant. That's like, you know, 20 something percent. Again, this doesn't come with a cooler, but you could buy a $15 to $20 cooler, still come in cheaper than this, and have a superior cooler with maybe some RGB on it. So yeah, I think the CPU and potentially motherboard savings on AliExpress is just like too crazy to not use it. Zerd Tech and Gaming. I still haven't used AliExpress. Why not? Like, I am trying to think. I don't know, like, if anybody in chat right now has used AliExpress for PC parts specifically, not like other random junk that you might buy, but PC parts specifically, have you had a bad experience with it? Because I have not personally heard anyone really complain about AliExpress. And then when you look at how many content creators also use it, like a ton, everything is kind of pointing towards AliExpress is totally legit. Like, and having used it myself multiple times for every type of component imaginable except for power supplies. I think I've bought every type of component from AliExpress except for a power supply. I haven't bought a graphics card either because I've been getting pretty decent ones away from AliExpress. But Robert Skilt says, I love AliExpress. I'd rather no bad experience with AliExpress is clutch. Doesn't shipping take forever? No. So let's see. I have found that these delivery windows are pretty accurate, and for me personally, shipping is about 7 business days. So like a week, maybe a week, and then over the weekend if they don't count those as business days. But the only thing that takes forever from AliExpress is the case. Both like the 2 cases that I bought recently, they both took exactly like 28 days to get to me. And to be honest, I could have easily gotten a case anywhere else, but just when you do a really low budget build, AliExpress for cases surprisingly is better than Newegg and Amazon. Like their $40-ish cases, I feel like their options, especially since they're always running coupons and sales, are better. I had an extremely bad experience for a sim rig, not a PC part. You got a sim rig from AliExpress? Like a racing sim rig? Let me see. Let me look this up. So stuff like this. What happened? I'm curious to hear. My order was held up in customs for 3 days though. I don't know why. You're in the US? Yeah, we got these square steel frames. Dang, $3,000. Would you buy a $3,000 racing simulator rig from AliExpress? Okay, that sounds a little sketch. Not sketch in that I don't think it would come. It's just like when you have $3,000, I feel like there are plenty of other options that you can get. Compared to, I don't even know if racing sims typically have like brand names or if this is a known one, but I would definitely do more research before dropping $3,000 on something on AliExpress. I feel like most of the money for a case is in the shipping because of the size. I haven't found cases worth buying at all. In AliExpress, let me see. Let's look at the... Yeah, so I will say though, PC cases are... Oh, look at this one. Free shipping, $32. This is a welcome deal though. How much is it for not welcome deal? Let me look at my other browser. But look at this. This normally is like $60 on Newegg. I built in... Wait, this is a Dark Flash one specifically. The one that I got was what? DIY PC? I don't remember, but... So on my browser, without the welcome deal, it's only $36 with free shipping. See, but look at this right here. November 13th to 22nd. It's gonna take you a month to get this. But for $31 welcome deal or 36, I mean, come on. Let me see. Amazon DIY PC. What's it? PC. It was this one. Or Apivia has one. DIY PC has one. But you're looking at like $60 to $70 range for this square cube PC that is essentially this, and with free shipping. So. Though, if you're not in the US, the shipping might be different. I do understand that the US kind of gets lucky with a lot of pricing on a lot of things, including shipping costs. So, yeah, but what else do they have for cases? Powertrain, look at this one. $35 for a pretty nice looking dual glass front and side. AliExpress coupon game reminds me of the Jet days. Except... That's what it was called, jet.com. Is that even still a thing? It just takes you to Walmart when you go to jet.com. Did they get acquired by Walmart? But yeah, it does remind me of that, except the AliExpress coupons are like, they do it very often. Like, they do like, I feel like they have it almost at least once every quarter, if not more. Plus you got all your different creator codes. So with Jet, back then, I feel like it was pretty limited and you had to like make new accounts because there was like the intro like deal, right, to get to use the Jet coupon. So you had to like make new email accounts and stuff. But with AliExpress, I don't feel like it's gonna go away like Jet did, and there's more opportunities for sales and coupons. So it's like better. Nico Corno says, I bought a PC from AliExpress. It came broke. Were you able to get? How was the customer service on that? I've not had to deal with their customer service, but I know every item that I buy says, do you need, like, did everything go okay, and did you dispute it? Gaming PC. Yeah, you can, I mean, you can buy whole gaming PCs on here. $500 with some, what? A8 CPUs in it? Ugh, so these are just, you could totally build a better one for yourself. Yeah, how did it... So it came broken, but how did you get it resolved and get your money back? You're from the EU? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think the US definitely gets better shipping prices, even on AliExpress. I had one DOA motherboard, they refunded me before it even arrived back at their factory, so that's a good experience. Alibaba has great pre-built deals. I always thought Alibaba was more for bulk buying, and then AliExpress was more of like the Amazon equivalent if you were to buy single items. Pre-built on Alibaba though. Yeah, Alibaba I thought was more made for vendors and people buying in bulk. They sent me a refund. Okay. So if something goes wrong buying from a company, whether it be Amazon, Newegg, AliExpress, Walmart, whatever, if you got your refund back in a timely manner without much fuss, I would consider that a positive experience. That, to me, a negative experience is you got scammed on AliExpress and you couldn't get your money back. Because we know websites like eBay and stuff like that, that happens all the time, but eBay's good with getting your money back, right? So a negative experience to me is where you like got scammed out of money. Or a negative experience for me is if you bought, like, let's say, a lot on AliExpress and the majority of stuff comes broken or not as described. But so far, everyone with their testimonies, it sounds like definitely positive experiences. They do ones if you do pay for shipping. Interesting, okay. I had a late delivery on AliExpress. They gave me a $1 coupon code. If you use a $1 coupon code, you can't use a different coupon code, right? So that coupon code almost becomes useless. How do you sell a used PC case? You have a height Y60 in white. How do you sell it? You box it back up. You put all the things back in its place as if it was brand new and call it open box and try to sell it on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. It is not worth trying to sell a PC case on like eBay or through any kind of means that requires it to be shipped, because the cost of shipping is gonna, like, the person buying it's not gonna want to pay for cost of shipping, and you don't want to pay for cost of shipping because that's gonna eat so much into your profits. Shipping a PC case as an individual, even though it doesn't weigh that much due to the size, I would imagine that range is, depending on how far you're shipping, $30 to $50. So you gotta sell it locally, but you gotta. A lot of people who sell cases, they don't put much thought into it, selling it used. So, like, they're missing sometimes, like, hard drive brackets and cages. They're missing screws and stuff like that. You need to put it as close to its original condition as possible. And then, if you had the box for it and the styrofoam and stuff, that would probably help too. And then try to list it as open box. But if you don't, then you're going to usually take a big cut. Like, honestly, if the price difference is like $20 between a brand new case and a used one, I'm going with the new one. Like, you have to usually take a pretty big cut. Unless it's like a specialty case, which I don't know if the Y60 is considered that specialty. Like, it's pretty much everywhere. I got my refund with a lot of fuss after 3 weeks back and forth with the vendor and AliExpress. They initially thought they didn't want to refund me even though they shipped the wrong thing. Okay, so that's a bad experience. But how much have you bought on AliExpress? And what, this one time that you did have issues with it versus the positive times, would you say this is representative of like a shopping experience on AliExpress? Have any new videos soon? I just had a video yesterday. That is the soonest video that I had. But I do have one that's coming for, I'm shooting for this weekend, but it's probably going to be early next week again. Yeah, but can't they just ask you to ship it back on their dollar because it was their mess up? Also, did you pay with PayPal? I think that would add... I guess you could do certain credit cards too that has kind of like buyer protection. If you're selling a PC case, only makes sense if the buyer's available. It only makes sense if the buyer's available locally. Otherwise, shipping. Yep, exactly. Not worth it. I've had cases up for 20 bucks and they don't sell. About to give them away. That's the point I was making in the video. You watched the video that I dropped yesterday on the $200 build. I was telling people, like, you know what? For $200, you may not be able to build something as pretty as I did because I did, you know, make use of coupons and got good deals and stuff. But you could do it if you are smart about it. And one of the tips that I gave is look for used cases. Like, I bought this case back here for $23 before tax. And that's not usual at all. The price did go up. It might have been an intro price that I got it for. But, like, so many people are just getting rid of cases. Like what Big Country is saying right here. Where, like, cases are hard to move. Even if a case is listed for more money on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, offer a lower price. I have a really good feeling that the person is just going to take you up on it because a lot of the times they're just sitting, not moving, because the used case market is definitely not like a hot scene compared to like used GPU market, used, you know, CPU motherboard combo market, etc. So I pretty much sold used cases for 5 to 10 bucks. I've had great experiences buying used on Facebook. Got a Y60 last week for 30 bucks. Why are people selling the Y60 for 30 bucks? How much does that cost normally? Let me see. Y60 is like, yeah, 180. You got it for 30. Huge steal. I am still not a fan of this case. I think it doesn't look like... I don't know. I don't like it. But 30 bucks, I can't complain there. It was a nightmare. Okay, dang. Now my question is, are you going to stop shopping on AliExpress because of this experience, or are you still going to shop there because this was only a one-off thing and they still provide good value? Big fan of you, Danny. Been watching your stuff for a while now. First time I caught your stream. Finally, love the content. You should make a Discord group, bro. I have a Discord group. There's Discord link in the description section. You're on the YouTube Shorts, so it might be harder to get to it. Let me see. From YouTube Shorts, if you go to the description, can you easily go over to the main stream? I'm going to check myself on my phone. Give me 1 second. I'm going to watch my own stream and see if I can easily get to the description section and all of that. If it's gonna go, dude, the YouTube app is pretty garbage. Hello? Okay, it's not. Okay, I cannot do it because for some reason YouTube is not wanting to open up my own stream. But we do have a Discord group. Is there, let me see, is there a Discord chat bot? I think there is one. Let me test it out on both of them. Let me see if that one works now. It looks like it does work. So, yeah, that is the Discord link. Cheap case with free shipping has killed the used case market. I would agree with that. Which isn't a bad thing, right? I don't feel bad for people who can't get rid of their old cases. If anything, that makes a better market for free cases. Oh, for the main channel. You're right. Actually, let me see. I should add it to the main channel. Give me 1 second. Let me look at... wait. No. Go to it. Why is that not safe? Okay. I should add the link to here, shouldn't I? Yeah, I don't have it on here. I will go do that right now, since you mentioned it. Okay. Let me get the link for it, actually. Okay, see. All right. I had great experiences before, but I would not recommend it to relatives and friends. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if I would buy again unless they change their return policy. It's not consumer friendly. I would agree with you there. Wait, at the end of the day, did you have to pay to ship it back, or did it get worked out so that it wasn't any extra cost on your end? It was just a huge hassle. Yeah, I'm very curious because this is definitely one of the only testimonies of negative, but it's good to gather information, just you know, for knowledge and to let other people know. Okay, let me see. How do I add links to stuff? Oh, okay, add link Discord. Okay, we got it. Discord is now on there. So if we refresh this, what the heck? Why did it not update? Give me 1 second. Yeah, add link. Is it because I can only have 4? Oh, publish. Here we go. Boom. Now it should do it. And boom, there's the Discord server. You click it, and then it's like, oh, you want to join the Nerd on a Budget Discord. Awesome. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way. I totally had no idea that I should have put it on there, too. I put it on every week's stream, but yeah. Man, why is it so hard to win bids on eBay? That's why I do not bid. Do y'all bid on eBay? Bidding on eBay... Okay, let's find an example, okay? We'll go to eBay right now. And I know we're trying to deal hunt this $400 PC, which we're going to start in a second. I needed to get people's opinions on AliExpress, which a lot of people do like it. So I'm thinking what I do is in the video, I show the price that I got it for with using AliExpress. And then I show if you aren't okay with AliExpress, this is how much more you're paying. So it'll be like $400 build, and then up, kind of like I did in this recent video, like have an alternate price list just to kind of show people like, hey, this is what you're missing out on. But all right, let's find what's a popular GPU we might want to buy right now, like RTX 3070. Sure, let's look at this auction ending soonest, right? So if we look at it, this one's ending in 40 minutes at let's see, 250 bucks. Here's this one's ending in 1 hour 53 minutes. Like, look at that, 752. I don't like bidding because you have no idea what you might be doing on a random time of a random day. At 752, are you really going to be free and checking your phone? You could plan to, but and you can set alerts and whatever. But what's going to happen is this price, oh, this is from Australia. Interesting. Maybe that's not a good example. Let's see, like this one right here for 210, which is actually noticeably cheaper than what they're worth. This has 24 bids from Canada. Oh my god, can we just get a good example here? That here's one. Here's a 2070 eBay. I asked for 3070s and you're doing, what are you doing, eBay? 3070, here we go. Ending soonest. So there is only that. Let me see. Man, a lot of Canadians selling. Huh. Well, I guess this is all the same seller. They have the same pictures. Why are you measuring it with a ruler? Do we need a ruler? I guess this helps people decide if it fits in their case. I tried bidding, lost 3 times in a row. Yeah. Again, I'm not a fan of bidding because none of the prices right now, like look at this. 3070. $152. This sounds like such a good price with $8 shipping. This ends tomorrow at 1:06 p.m. You better hope you're not working, or if you're at work, you're able to check your phone to put in the bid at 1:06 p.m. But this is going to go well above $200, if not closer to like maybe, this is the what, Dell OEM version? Maybe it goes for less. But with the bidding system, the price in the last hour to the last like 5 minutes to the last minute, it shoots up to what market value is. So I just hate wasting my time. Like you wait till Thursday, you try to bid, and then it goes up to normal, regular, like close to normal price anyways, and you're trying to like put in bids at the last second. I don't know. The whole bidding system, never been a fan of it. Oh, is this parts only? And this is parts only? Okay, maybe this one's not gonna have crazy bids at the end. Someone might trying to just be fixing this themselves or scamming people. Because you can buy this for $150, list it on Facebook Marketplace, sell it to someone who's not testing graphics cards before they buy, and then they end up with a dead card and then you ghost them. That's what these are for. I'm kidding. Don't do that. I did not just give you the idea to do that. I'm just saying that's what people do. Best offer for the win. I do like best offers. Though I found that a lot of times my best offers aren't taken. Wow, look at this. 37 Ti for almost 500 bucks. No. But yeah, I like to buy it now. I'm a buy it now kind of person. Buy it now, sort by lowest price. Local is always the best. I'm from Vancouver, Washington. Always see deals from Tacoma and Seattle. Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that. I often see deals down in Vancouver and Oregon, which is too far for me to drive to pick up used hardware. But y'all have some pretty good deals down south too. I've seen a number of deals that I've wanted, but it's too far of a drive for me. People usually just wait till the last seconds to snipe the item. Indeed. Stop giving people ideas how to scam on eBay. I know, right? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me set up a Sheets real quick. Can I just not go to Google Sheets? Try Sheets for, okay, give me 1 second. So it looks like I do have to sign in. Two-step verification. Why did I even set this up? Sure. Oh my gosh. Google, stop trying to get me to set information up right now. I'm just trying to get to a spreadsheet. Alright, $400 build. What parts do we need? CPU, motherboard, cooler potentially, case, PSU, SSD, RAM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the, no, I didn't have graphics card. GPU. Okay. So $400 build, and then we do equals sum of the parts. So what I normally like to do is set up kind of the pricing structure for what, and I always like filling in the stuff that you know you're gonna want. So for 400 bucks, you're probably gonna be using 16 gigs of RAM. I'm thinking it's 16 gigs of RAM, so I'll put like 25 bucks. And I usually play with the numbers a bit, but I'm just trying to get something really rough here to kind of work out what the build and budget allocation is going to look like. And for 400 bucks, I think if you're trying to maximize on performance, you go with the 1/2 terabyte SSD, right? So that's like 30 bucks-ish. PSU is kind of a weird one. I'm thinking it's going to be around 45 to 50 bucks. But we'll keep massaging the numbers. No RGB. We are not doing RGB row. We might do a like miscellaneous row. So like this. Let's see. So change this to 10. So yeah, miscellaneous would be like fans or something. Give it like a $15 budget in case you need, or cable extension. I don't know, whatever it may be. But you start filling this out and you get an idea of what you can get. $20 typical Thermalright cooler. For a case, if I can find something around 40 bucks, that'd be nice. So now we have these three left. Let me highlight them. Where the heck is the highlight? There it is. So we got these three left, right? So we have, let's see. Total, like, let's see. Money left, sure. Equals 400 minus this. So we've got 230 bucks. Let me think about this. So if we can, in these two, let's just say you get a motherboard, CPU motherboard combo. You spent 100 bucks there. That gives you 130 for the graphics card. 130, or if you go 150 on the graphics card and get an $80 CPU motherboard combo, that's the same thing. So that the major components being the CPU and the graphics card, that's kind of what we're massaging around, unless we could reduce in any of these areas. And yeah, so I'm seeing in the chat people are saying 5700 XT, 6600 XT. For $150, that is very doable. I'm pretty sure there's some in my area. Let me see, 6600 XT, which would be really awesome. 175, 150 for a 57. I've gotten this for 120 before, so I would, if I got a 5700 XT again, I would probably go for getting one for a little bit cheaper. Let me see what else is there. Or 6600 non-XT. Some people were selling those for kind of cheap. 50. Oh, here's 140, but this is shipping. I don't think this is in the States. Yeah, let me sort this by San Francisco. Why are we looking in California? Let me look at a 20 mile. Let's do 20 mile radius. Okay, let's go back to, yeah, so look at this, 6600 for 120. That's actually not bad at all. A little dirty, but let's see, 6600 XT for 150 in Bellevue, which is like 15 minutes south of me. That wouldn't be bad. So yeah, if we do get, let's say assume 6600 XT and we keep that at 150, the issue is the CPU motherboard. $80 between the two. And just looking around, there's not much money. Like, we could get rid of the miscellaneous budget if we can get a case with crappy fans in it. And that brings us to $95 for these two. Starlight says, so you're blocking me? I don't understand what you're talking about. You mad at the fact that I say you're not saving by buying or wait, are you talking about me or someone else in chat? Because I don't know if you've ever talked about this to me, but what is this about? A 7900X to save $250 and $100 on the mobile with Wi-Fi, losing nothing instead of a 7800X 3D. When have I talked about the 7800X 3D? If I'm assuming you're talking to someone else in chat, because I have no idea what you're talking about. If this was from like a previous stream or something, but I'm not. If I was blocking you, you wouldn't be able to chat, and I wouldn't be able to bring up your chat. So I'm assuming you're talking to somebody else. But at the same price point, would you suggest getting a 6600 XT over a 5700 XT? I need to actually look at the specific benchmarks for that. I have not myself compared them side to side. But I'm sure there have been people versus 6600 XT. Because I like to look at actual, not just graphs, but like actual. Here we go, testing games. I love this channel. Okay, let's take a look. So 66, so they're even here. If they are within, let's say 5% of each other, I'm going with the newer card. You got, so aside from the FPS that you're looking at between the two, which initially it said they're about the same. You are looking at, let's see, about a 20 watt different. Let me look. 20 to 30 watt through the run difference between the two. 6600 XT being less power consuming. Let's look at Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, you gotta go to the very beginning of the video to see the FPS, I think. So in Cyberpunk, 6600 XT actually is better, it looks like. Let me go to the end of the run. What's that? Do they not put that? Oh my god, their timestamps are like off. So yeah, Cyberpunk, it looks like win there. Flight Simulator, looks like it's a win there. Yeah, their timestamps are just not right. Witcher 3 is an old game, but it looks like head-to-head. So yeah, it's looking like 6600 XT. Lower power consuming, 1 gen newer, so technically longer driver support on the tail end. Yeah. And I mean, it looks like more of the titles that I've looked at so far, it does lead by a small amount. We're talking like in the single digit, like 5% difference it looks like, but yeah. So 6600 XT is looking like, and I can get one for 150, so I have a local 1660 Ti for 80 bucks. Is that a good deal? So the 1660 Ti is the top one out of the three, being the super and then the non. Like plain 1660, 1660 super, 1660 Ti. 80 sounds about right for it. If anything, that might be a little bit better. What? I don't... Starlight, are you drunk? What video? Can you link the video that you're talking about? I don't remember having any conversations about 7800 X3Ds at all. Do you guys actually believe testing games has all the hardware he tests? He just takes info off benchmarks and put numbers. No. What? I believe testing games. How do I... Okay. So... 60... I'll show you what... What's it called? Or you said testing games or benchmarking games? Let me see. So there are channels where it's clear that they're stealing information. Anything like this where you could cross-reference the clock speeds, power consumption of the card, etc. Yo, this one is running a bit high though. Is this like overclocked or is this like a higher clock model? But yeah, you can cross-reference. You can't. It'd be pretty hard to like fake the real-time data and like all this information. Let's see. But going back, you said testing games or benchmarking. Let's go back to that video. I do believe that channel. Yes, I believe testing games. Because let me see if in any of the settings that... So they show the settings. Some of them, they show the graphics cards in the settings. I would say testing games is legit. There's one that is not legit. What is it? Let's see. Graphics card benchmark. There's one that uses the Joker face that I am pretty sure is fake. I mean, 60... I'm trying to find it. I don't remember the channel it's called. Gaming. Let's see, Gaming Bench. Yeah, this one I would believe too. Okay, where are the ones that, like, straight up, they just put graphs. GPU tester, let me see. You could tell if a channel is fake or not because they won't even show gameplay. Or if they show gameplay, it's not with the real-time monitoring. Oh, the Spy Hood! This channel! Yeah, this dude. Look at this. You want to talk about a fake benchmarking channel? Look at this. What is this? Quite literally generic gameplay with, like, text overlay of what the average FPS is. This is a prime example of somebody who does not have hardware and is just using other people's results, in my opinion. I don't know for sure, but I do not believe this person has all these graphics cards and tests them. At least the other ones, it would be really hard to fake clock speeds, temperatures, VRAM usage, memory clock, etc. This right here, you could make this up. So, yeah. You always found those channels sus? No. So, I mean, you gotta, like, use multiple references and stuff, too. I would say a lot of these channels that do, like, this, I would believe them. Like, this actually takes a lot of time to do and set up and to actually run the benchmarks while recording it and then synchronizing them to show them like this. But again, you could always look at these numbers that they're showing right here. They show everything. Like, you know, memory clock, core clock. Yeah. I show... Oh my gosh. I'm just going to address this one time just because I think it's kind of funny. Nerd on a budget. I show all of my live streams on the channel. You see this tab that says live? If you could go back, every live stream I've ever had, I've never, like, I don't hide my live streams. So if you can go back to the live stream that you're referencing and go to the time spot, I don't even think I was arguing if we were talking about 7800X3D versus what 7900X is what you're saying. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're accusing me of hiding the video, which if it was a live stream, it's all here, and all my videos are live too. But that's the last time I'm going to address that. Bro, why aren't my comments showing up? I think I'm just not seeing them. Chat's moving at a decent pace. Let's see. Star, you better watch. Yeah, your comments are coming up. Sad NVIDIA stopped making 1600 cards. What? Wasn't it BioStar releases is it the RX 580 recently? Like out of nowhere, BioStar of all companies, they released the Radeon RX 580 in September of 2024. Yeah, they announced a white RX 580 in 2024. 7 years after the original 580 dropped. Where can you even buy this? My comments have not came up once. Oh, so these comments that you see I'm pulling up on the thing, this is just as I respond to them. Not everybody's comment gets highlighted like this. I do this manually. So yeah. Let Star cook chat. No. You have lots of tiny things. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh man, tech drama is happening here. It's not even drama, Arflet. I'm looking, give me a bit. Okay, yeah, bring it up. But also, it seems like you're very upset over something that I don't think I would intentionally say something so to upset you. So I think that might be like you misinterpreting it, or yeah. I don't think, like, my job here on the stream is not to make people upset by giving either my opinions or my thoughts on hardware and hardware choices. But just does not seem profitable to buy all that hardware and run the test unless they run somewhere. So I know some of these shops, like, let's look at testing games, right? So testing games, well, for testing games, they do run CD key advertisements and their videos gets lots of views, and they have 500,000 subscribers. I would say testing games is legit because they have enough money. Also, you can read their description. Hi, my name is Andre and I work in a computer store where I take various components to test in my videos. So, I mean, everything for this specific channel, to me, points to being real benchmarks. But I agree with you. There are a number of fake channels out. There are channels that put the metrics on the screen that I know are fake. There are channels that, like, a couple of days before hardware actually releases, they say they have the RTX 5090 or something, and what it really is like an overclocked 4090, and they hide the information. So I get where you're coming from, but just find the channels that when you cross-reference are legit, and then you trust them. It's kind of like saying, how do you know Hardware Unboxed or Gamers Nexus and stuff don't fake their benchmarks? Because they just show graphs, right? So I'm not accusing them of it because I think they're legit, but you can be skeptical about any results you see online. You just have to look at multiple sources. That's the only thing. June the Demon says, love your channel, buddy. Have a good stream. I'm just gonna lurk. For sure, have a great time lurking, and feel free to pop in if anything interests you that you want to talk about. Okay, sorry, we got off track like we always do. So if we do $400 build, I kind of when did I do that build? Let me see. Has that been a year? And now that I think of it, I kind of did a $400 build when I did that build competition. And I did use a 5700 XT. Oh, that was a year ago? This video was a year ago. Let's look at the parts list. Here. So we have the breakdown. What did we get? So that one I did an i5. Oh, why did I put i5? I think I meant to put i3. So yep, I did go with the $20 ID cooling. So yeah, the motherboard CPU combo came in at $98. 16 gigs of RAM, 5700 XT, half a tera. Yeah, okay. Huh, should I do a $400 build then? Or should I do like maybe 300? I think people like the cheap builds better. Like, do I do 300 instead now? What's a good upgrade from a Ryzen 5 4500? I think a 5600. How much money do you have to spend? AliExpress $80 Ryzen 5600. You're good to go. I'm planning on stay on AM4 and have a... Oh, you have up to $200 budget? Dude, 5700 X3D will have you set for a long time. Oops. AliExpress. Yeah. 5700 X3D was at 131 when I checked the outlet. I could have sworn they were a little bit... They were like 131. Like, not even a week ago, I swear. Are the prices slowly going up due to just more demand on AMD side in general? So 143 still fits in your budget. And I think I heard today that they're discontinuing production on the 5800 X3D. Can you guys confirm that? I don't know if it was a Twitter post or Reddit, or I saw it somewhere, but I think 5800 X3D is they're not going to be producing them more or something along those lines. But you still, I think it was a Reddit post. Someone posted a meme or something. Your new video was cool. Never thought you could find a decent CPU for $5. Honestly, $5 for a CPU is mind-blowing to me. Like, it is crazy. Was it the Hardware Canucks Twitter? Let me see. Let me look up I don't even... Yeah, it might have been in my like summary feed on Twitter. Let's see, Hardware Canucks. Actually, what am I doing? I could go on here. No, then I gotta log in and do two-factor and all that stuff. Shit, wild. Was this like days ago then? I thought this was like this morning that I saw it. Maybe it was first on Hardware Canucks, then made its way to Reddit or something. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on their... within the last week anyways. Unless they replied to somebody, but... You saw it today on Tech Power Up. 5800 X3D is end of life. So I think it is making its rounds in the news cycle. But, I mean... Yeah, I could have sworn this was like 131 last week when we checked. Unless I'm confusing it. Nah, it wouldn't be anything else that's that close in price. But, yeah. Can confirm it's been out of stock for months, over almost a month now. Yeah. Good evening, Daniel and chat. It's funny. People call me, so my official name is not Daniel, it is Danny. But people, you know, to be funny or joking, they do refer to me as Daniel sometimes. But what up? How's it going? There's a $75 mobile CPU combo on Ollie. Ooh, Ryzen 5500. Let's see. And then B450 bundle is what you're saying? You said 75? Okay, it's looking like... No, I agree. This is a good... Wait, no, that's just the processor. Where's the bundle? Huh. Do I type in bundle? And AliExpress is so broken when you try to sort by price. Motherboard, maybe? Machinist. Alright, you're saying 75-ish. So let me go down to $75. I'm seeing a lot of motherboards with the Jinyu, which would be very similar to what I built not too long ago. This one right here, 74 bucks. Ooh, that's a nice white. Do we build another white one, though? Wait, Kale, what are you saying? I had to get on another account, and it happens on others streamed in channels. Also, during that stream, I started being off able to chat, but halfway through, no messages were going through. I think most of your messages are going through right now, Kale. Though, I guess you could have been sending stuff that I have not seen. Machinist B450 is like 50 bucks. This Jinyu brand, they're known for doing an ITX one, which I did buy, but I haven't built with yet. See, if you look up ITX B650, Jinyu is known for making this board, which I think we've looked at in previous streams. I bought one of these. I have not used it yet, but it ends up being, with the shipping, it's like $100 for an AM5 ITX board. I think Jinyu has a decent reputation in the AliExpress PC builders market. Like, I've seen people say good things about them. So I wouldn't be opposed to... Oh, that's just the motherboard? Oof, motherboard CPU price is horrible. Yeah, there's no way that was... Where's the... I can't find that combo you're talking about, though. Do you have the title for it? Jinyu is okay. No Expo profiles. Need to manually overclock the RAM. We're talking about all Jinyu boards or like a specific one? Is combo the word I need to put in here? Because, yeah, I'm not seeing anything that cheap. How about this one? Yeah, no, see, they bait you in with the low price, and then when you click on motherboard plus CPU, it's, like, expensive. Yeah, so let's go back to this one. So, $400 build. We're about to repeat what I did a year ago, which I think that video is... It's not as relevant because finding an i3 10100 is, in the used market, it's kind of random. Jason, what are you talking about? Jason, wait, Simon Lee is star? What do you mean by star? Oh, like Starlight. Got it. Kale 130 is awesome and definitely not Starlight. That's what you're meaning. Kale is not Star lol. Okay. I was like, what are you talking about, Jason? Are you drunk right now? Jinyu Force, exactly. You fell for the bait? Yeah, dude, no. I fall for the bait on AliExpress all the time. Okay, so for $95 though, what is the cheapest processor we can get? Does Intel have anything? Intel 10th gen. Let's see what these are going for on here. Honestly, okay, so there's a E5 2600. So, oops. E5 2600. This is a chart that I showed on the recent video. I wish I had looked at this beforehand because look at all the... How can anyone like just know off the top of their head what Xeon is? And this is from one generation of it. This is specifically the E5 2600 series V4, not even V3, not even V2. Look at the list. Now, if you look at the frequencies and cores and threads. So the one that I got for the $200 build is this 2640 right here. So we're looking at 10 core, 20 thread, 2.4. And the thing about these Xeons is they never really boost up to their max turbo frequency because they only do that if it's single threaded usage, which is like nothing, not even games. Games use enough threads where the 2640 in my board was only running up to like 2.7 or 2.8 gigahertz. So I was taking a look at this one right here, the 2643 V4. 6 cores, 12 threads, so it's a little bit less. But look at the base and boost clocks, 3.4 gigahertz, which from the same generation should translate to a decent uplift in performance. And if we look at AliExpress, 2643 V4, these are going for $18. So it's not a $5 CPU, but it's almost 4 times as expensive. But look at the game. What is 2.4 to 3.4? What percent gain is that? If you're just going off of the frequency clock speeds alone, that's 40% gains. A Xeon 2680 V4 runs about as good as a 3600. Let me take a look at that. 2697. Okay, 2697. Right here. V4. 2 point. Wait. Why would it run that much better? The L3. Oh, okay. Let's see the L3 cache differences. It's like double. Yeah, from 20. Okay. So it's double the L3 cache, but the clock speeds are... It's a combination of all these things. So I don't know if there's any... The thing about these Xeons too is there's not a ton of information about their performance relative to each other, especially specifically for gaming. So you kind of are left with looking at core thread counts, frequencies, and like cache. I don't know. Jason's in-laws are coming in to visit for a week. They're staying for 4 months. That is so long. Everybody pray for Jason. That is a long time to have in-laws stay with you. Even if you love your in-laws. Even if you love your in-laws. Just having anyone visit for 4 months is a long time. 14100 is just slightly higher clock. 12100F around 35 to 40. It's a great thing. Wait, what are you saying? 14100Fs are 35 to 40 bucks? I feel like for 400 bucks, you might be able to make a build with somewhat of a future upgrade path. You definitely can. Yeah, no, it would be like the video that this one right here. Maybe not this one. We could swap this out with AliExpress AM4 stuff, and that gives you better upgrade path. This has a decent upgrade path because 10th gen is still pretty good, and you can still go up. This is supposed to say i3. I'm sorry I botched this up. But from this $400 build list, just being on 10th gen, what's it called? Like an i3 10th gen Intel board still gives you a decent room to move up. But I would still think AMD is the better option. So we have $95 to spend because I do want to keep the GPU budget around $150 for a 6600 XT. I think that's pretty good performance level. We just need to find, like, are we going to go B450 Ryzen 3600? How much are 3600s going for on AliExpress? If they're around 40 bucks, so it's like what? Yeah, we could definitely make this work. You just get a little bit, yeah, 45 bucks, get a $50 motherboard, we're in budget. It's a little bit older of a chip, but you have the upgrade path up to a 57 or 5800 X3D. AM4 is the best budget build with upgrade path in my opinion. I would agree with that. I would think that AM4, unless you're under 300 bucks. Under 300, like the Xeon is a pretty good path to go. And then you don't get upgrade path. But once you reach 400, you have more flexibility and wiggle room to fit in the AM4 stuff. I have a Z590 in my closet. What 11th gen chip would be? Dude, from your 6700, even getting like a 10600 would be a pretty big jump up. I wouldn't say necessarily a 10100 like an i3 because that's multi-threaded performance. I think it's actually right about the 6700 because of the difference in cores and threads. But yeah, getting an i5 if you're trying to save money. But obviously the 10700 was a pretty good processor as well. What's the most powerful GPU that you can handle at 2K and 4K with the 5700 X3D? I would be comfortable going up, honestly, to like pretty borderline 4080 and like 7900 XT. $10,400 can be had for 60 to 80 bucks. Where though? Is that AliExpress or are we talking about something else? I wouldn't mind doing a 10400 build. I like 10th gen Intel. If you're talking about the used market, then like locally, I don't know if I can find those in my local market. What is... I bought the RX 580 for 180 freedom tokens. What is... Are we talking about dollars here? What is a freedom token? Did I mess up? I just couldn't bring myself to pay the ridiculous price. Both Nvidia. Oh, freedom tokens. Are we talking Canada? Or, I don't know. I've not heard that term. Or at least I don't think I have. What is a freedom token? What currency is that? USD? Yes, you messed up. When did you buy it for, though? I mean, if you bought this like 7 years ago, that's good. If you bought this within the last couple of years, 180 USD for an RX 580, yeah, that's you could have gotten a 6600 XT. Yeah, why did you do that? I guess like a 6600 XT, is that bait? Or am I being baited right now? Like 6600 XT, you can find a model for renewed. No, this is, let me see, what's the cheapest? I think it's maybe just a normal 6600 for 174 for a renewed one. But sometimes there's coupon codes or sales that bring it down to 180. You could definitely find it used for around 160. Yeah, that you spent too much on a 580. Let's see, 10400 definitely not worth it for that price. Yeah, so the 12100 would be a better buy, but wait, what motherboard did they have? I'm starting to lose track of which generation motherboards. Intel 500 chipset. They said they had a Z590, is that what I saw? Where is that? LGA. Discontinued. It was the 400 and 500 that were 10th, 11th gen. Because, yeah, that's what you were asking for specifically, right? So they can't go up to a 12100F if they already have the motherboard. But, yeah, because it's 600 is for 12th and 13th, 14th gen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm getting... The amount of the chipset numbering and the compatible, what's it called, generation of processors, I'm starting to need more than a second to think about it now. There's just too much that's still viable to remember. Where would be the best place to buy a Founders Edition card that's not named Best Buy since they're always out where I am? Does anyone else sell Founders except for a direct from Nvidia? Did they sell the Founders one from the Nvidia website this last time around? I don't remember. Yeah, if you want Founders, I don't have any tips on getting a Founders card, honestly. I know Best Buy kind of had exclusivity with them, if not buying it from the website, but I don't know of anywhere else. Can you see what the 12100F goes for locally in my area? Sure. My areas, it's kind of random, honestly. For CPU deals, let's look 30 miles. 75 bucks for a 12100F. 80 bucks. And that's it. How about 12100? 65 in Texas. Shipping though. Yeah, kind of pricey. That's what I don't know. Let's look at the Steam hardware survey, at least for processors. Back to overview. So we look at PCs by video card, processor usage. Look at the gaming numbers. Processor vendor, Intel got double, almost double. So it's like a third, 1/3 AMD, 2/3 Intel. But I mean, how many of these are like Office PC integrated graphics gaming machines that just have, because most Office like schools and offices and stuff like that, professional environments, they go with Intel. So how many of those has been refurbished into budget gaming PCs that skew this data? From the way that enthusiasts talk about it, it would seem like AMD is, you know, all the rage, but these numbers don't reflect that, where Intel has double the market share in the Steam hardware survey. Later, Wally. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Direct from NVIDIA is by far your most reliable option. The only issue with that is, no matter what, actually no, 4060s and 4060 Ti's is like the exception to that. But aside from that, a lot of the graphics cards, Founders Edition specifically, they go out of like stock like instantly when they drop. Jason says, I bought a GT 1030 for $320 last week. Did I do good? Chat, I'm also 12. That's the same energy as, yeah, exactly. Yeah. You guys were talking about the... Okay, let's look at how much this thing costs. I'm curious now. The thing is, I'm not gonna go Xeon if it costs like $50. And this is $40, which is close to $50. Like, why am I gonna buy into a 7-year-old platform that has no upgrade path for $40 when I can get a Ryzen? Hopefully, wait, what's the cheapest Ryzen? Like, I would rather get honestly, a Ryzen 3600 than this Xeon. The reason I looked at the other one, because at $20 or $18, it is a little bit more, like, palatable, if you know what I'm saying. Like, let's look at the difference between the two. Where was that at? Yeah, the price between getting something that's like AM4 versus Xeon, it's too close. I can't do one of these higher end ones. But let me bring up the other one again. So 2643 V4. Yeah, but this one is cheap enough where I'm curious because of that. And this has much higher clock speeds. I don't know if the clock speeds or cache is gonna win out in the end. I don't think I could find benchmark videos for these two Xeons against each other. But this one has less cores, threads, and L3 cache, but much higher base and boost clocks. So I'm not going to go with this for the $400 build. I was just wanted to close the loop on this discussion. Like, between these two, has anyone used both of these? Uh-oh, did I just close that tab? No, I did. I X'd it out. Let me bring that back up. Yeah, between these two processors, has anyone had experience specifically using these two? Probably not, because there's like a million Xeons out there, and to find someone who has toyed around with them. 2680 V4? What are we looking there? 2680 V4. We're looking at... Okay, so again, 14 cores, 28 threads. See, the V4 can... I could not find any reliable information about overclocking the V4s. V3s, I know Brian from Techia City made a video of doing kind of like a... I would kind of consider it a janky mod. Because it's not even like a typical BIOS update. You're going into like running... How did it even do that? Was it just running like some scripts and stuff? And he was talking about it potentially resetting and stuff. So if you're talking about... I'm talking about not overclocking with these. And with the V4 on these motherboards from AliExpress, I think you're pretty limited with your options. Try the 26. So this, I like this list just because it lays out everything, but we can look at the V3 version of this list. So here's the 2600 V3. So where do we look at specs for that? 2697 V3. 2.6, 14, 28. Okay. It's only, how much is this going for? We're likely not going to put a Xeon in a $400 build. But this is $13. Or 11 it looks like. Dang, that's so dirt cheap. I love how in the chat everybody kind of has their favorite Xeons from, and this is only one list for the V3s. We were looking at the V4s earlier, but everyone has their own favorite. The issue is, honestly, unless like I have it in front of me, it's really hard to tell which one is better. Even if you do watch other YouTubers, like there's one YouTuber who's going to use this one. There's one YouTuber who's going to use, you know, the 2680. Unless you see it side by side, they do different benchmarking. Like they test different games, they test different settings, they test different locations in the games. So it's hard to look at the side-by-side comparisons. I guess you could look at Cinebench scores or like 3D Mark CPU scores, but even then, digging for results for the Xeons are kind of a pain. Unless you guys know of a better resource than randomly watching through 20-minute YouTube videos per time, you know? Buy all of them and test them for a video. No, I will go insane, dude. That much testing for an old platform that only a niche portion of the community cares about, I don't think I could do it. It's funny considering Xeons were like $1,500 to $3,000 new back then. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about, I mean, these ones are like a decade old by this point. But yeah, the price drop from like thousands of dollars to literally $11 is kind of nuts. My MIY const is king. So I'm gonna have to check out that channel. The issue still is, even if you have one channel to watch about it, like look at this. This is a 12-minute video on one single processor. Unless in the videos he has like let's see. So you do have some of these here. Okay, so charts like this would be useful. But see, he only has like a number of the E5 Xeons, and he has this V3 versus V4. But like, where's the 2680 in this chart? And like the 2643. Let me see if he has a 2643 video, because I'm very curious. 2643. Yeah, so it looks like this person does all Xeon content. 2643. Here we go, testing 8 Xeons. This is what we're looking for. E5 V4. So we got the 97, 90, 87, 80, 43. Perfect. These are the ones that we just talked about. Trust me when I say the 2697 is the V3 is the best $11 you will spend. Okay, let's take a look at these. So yep, you got all that. You've got the cache numbers. Cinebench. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, what is this? Multi versus single scores. Okay, and you're saying the 97 V3, which is on this list. So multi-score, I'm going to look at that versus... So the multi-score is like double the 43. The single core performance is lacking about 10%. Okay, let's go to the next... Oh, Cinebench 2024. Let's look at these results. Can I get this off of the screen? 26 B3 is 774, 2643. So a little bit less than double the performance. 60 versus 55. So we're really about 10%. 10% in the single core performance. See, the 2643 B4. I guess you're paying 10% more. So for 10% more performance, you're paying 18 versus $11. So not double, but huh. Yeah, this chart is very useful. Does he test games and Geekbench? Let's look at the Geekbench score. Single versus multi. Same story here. No, this is about a 150% gain between these two, and then pretty close Like, yeah, very close single core in Geekbench. Is there gaming? Assassin's Creed. Here we go. Gaming results. There we go. Okay. I was about to say, if they covered up the thing. So, what are we looking at here? In Assassin's Creed Mirage to 2643. Okay. It beats it out in average and 1%. And it actually is leading the pack. Is he doing anything special? Hyper-threading enabled, voltage. Is this overclocked? He gives the information on like the memory and the some of the settings, but okay. It is overclocked with rebar enabled. Okay. Okay, let's see. So that's Assassin's Creed Mirage. That was a pretty clear victory. What's this next one? Avatar. Okay, let's look at Avatar. That's a new game. 2643. So these ones are a little bit more neck and neck. Better 1% lows though. I think he uses the BIOS from iBIOS. Okay. Okay. We're not going to do it for this build, but interesting. I would have thought the 2643, well, so I guess the cache versus frequency brings this up quite a bit. The 2697. Interesting. Okay. And $11 isn't too bad either. At the end of the day though, I'm even surprised something like the 2630 does this well. Like the 2697 versus the 2630 even. The numbers are pretty darn close. We are almost 2 hours into stream. Do we even have stream submissions? Uh-oh. I should have checked this. Okay, so for the $400 build, man, this is going to be very similar to the build. I guess not, because I'm going to get a different... I'll probably go AMD. So for $400 build, this is what the budget breakdown is looking like. I already see a 6600 XT like 15 minutes away from me for $150. So I might go snag that up. But for everything else, yeah, if we go AM4, it's just going to depend on... I mean, the 3600 would be the easy, like, no deal hunting route. Which I think some viewers appreciate that because they don't like it when I show things that I can get for cheaper that they can't. But yeah. Can you check out stream submissions? That's what I'm doing now. Is this you? Wait, no. Where are you in the stream submissions? Can you change your name here? Wait, Daniel. Okay, no, your name is Daniel. It's just backwards. Never mind, you're fine. I'm just not going to recognize it. Like, if I forget, I'm going to be like, wait, who are you in the Discord server? Okay, got this for a crazy $600 on Craigslist. You're still using Craigslist? You know what's funny? I haven't... Yeah, okay. Oh, I want to do that, but we're out of time today. Okay, maybe idea for next stream. Craigslist specific deal hunting and opening screwdriver. So I also forgot to... I bought a new screwdriver, a new ratcheting screwdriver. I meant to open it at the start of stream, but I was running late and then I totally forgot about it. So for next week's stream, potentially a Craigslist deal hunt, just to see, because Craigslist in my area, I feel like has gone to crap. But yeah, Craigslist in my area is like job listings, houses, and cars now, I feel. But all right, let's look at this thing that you submitted while we're just chilling and gonna end out the stream soon. Got this for a crazy $600, iBuyPower. build that probably cost 3.5 to 4K when it was brand new. Has a 5800 X3D and 6950 XT. What case is this? Man, look at that sag on that graphics card. Anyone know what cooler master case this is? Who uses Craigslist law? That's my thoughts. But apparently, they're crazy good deals for $600 in some people's areas. We still get some decent drops on Craigslist here in Colorado. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting. Honestly, I like Facebook and OfferUp has a decent amount, and Craigslist hasn't really shown me anything in recent years, so I kind of just stopped looking there. But it'd be fun to look at that next week on stream. But yeah, what is this thing? I know I'm trying to fix this. The thing about this sag is you can't just easily use one of those. So I really like these GPU sag stick. I really like these ones because you could adjust the height and you could support it easier. I don't like these. Well, these ones are pretty ugly, even though that one probably would work. But where's the horizontal one? Sag bracket. I've talked about this before, but I really dislike these kinds. These are so, like, this is so bad. These ones, they kind of flop back and forth quite a bit, so it's easy for it to, like, kind of go out of the way, and then the GPU doesn't hit the thing. Like, I've not had good experiences using these kind of sag brackets. The sag sticks, though, I've definitely had better. But for something like this, like, look at how long you have to extend it. I guess this is kind of hidden. You could, if there's room on here, you could just either fill, you see these holes? You could probably just put something, adhere it, like, to either this side or the rear side. Like, just like double-sided sticky tape, a block of something, and then that, it could rest on it. Like, yeah, double-sided sticky tape of, like, I don't know, just like a 3D printed or just something tiny. But yeah, what power supply did this have in it? Alright, take it easy, Daniel. Have a good night. Starlight, does it look like I'm deleting anything here? Either your comments aren't showing up or some of the mods are deleting it, which I'm okay with because you're kind of not giving it a rest. I don't even know what screenshots you're showing. Yeah. Robert Fixit says, forgot about Craigslist. I did get a crazy deal on Craigslist the first time I checked it a few months ago. What crazy deal? Do I like the Lee and Lee sag bracket? Which one? Oh, yeah. I like sag brackets like this but you use it with their, oh, no. Yeah, this is, it goes in the same, like, you know, universal motherboards. This is kind of too expensive, though, dude. Like, $26 for this? This is, I will give them props. This is genius, okay? The fact that this is universal, and it's pretty, like, you know, it doesn't stick out a bunch, and it's like, it sits closer to the motherboard, so it's out of sight, especially once you have like a graphics card there. But $26? I mean, I guess you only have to buy it once, and you're good forever. You could use this in every future build. I like the design. I just use chopstick for my GPU. How do you use a chopstick? You would have to make a pretty firm base for it so it doesn't just fall over. To stop the sagging, you could just put the PC on its side. Yeah, you can. those who know don't Nerf darts, don't they compress? Could probably, yeah, I don't know if you can make it with one of those toy erector sets. You could you could kind of 3D print something, and then drill holes for the screws to come through. Leanly bracket, let's see. It only works for specific ones. I guess if you do somehow have some like heat sinks or other things on the motherboard in the way. Do they make one that is for... Do they make different brackets? They make this one too, which is a little different. So it looks like... Wait, what's the compatibility on these? Just ATX? This one doesn't specify. This other one says ATX and eATX. Just use some string. You could use some fishing line. That should be fine. This one's interesting. This one you attach to your fans at the bottom. Huh. You hate that look? This does look pretty bad. What did Danny choose for the $400 PC? We did not yet. We have $95 for CPU motherboard. I'm thinking Ryzen 3600. For the easy replicable path, but with some deal hunting, I'm gonna have to take a look in my local area to see. But if we go the AliExpress path, the Ryzen, just the AM4 Ryzens are too easy and cheap to find. What's up, McBased? Oh, this works for if the fan's on top too, though. You hang it downwards. From the top, it's kind of sick. You take it back. It looks the same. It's a stick that's kind of just sticking out there and doesn't look that good. Well, the fan doesn't need to line up too much. Like, the fan only needs to... Because you can, like, have it... Let's say the graphics card is longer. You'll just have it more at like the midpoint of the fan. But let me actually think. Do you have any other pictures for what happened? I think what this thing is yeah, so this little flap thing sticks out a decent amount. And if anything, this usually plays it safe. Oh no, and they have two holes too. Yeah, see, so you can move this in or out depending on the hole pattern you choose. And you have a decent amount of like room on the flap, which you could also rotate. So I think for most cases, it should work. But I mean, there's probably some extreme cases or like designs and fan patterns that it doesn't. If you can sell a stick, you can sell anything, exactly. Does that say if you can adjust the height of the post the card sits on? Yeah. Well, you don't adjust the height really, it looks like. You adjust it by sliding this up and down. I guess maybe there is a break here. You see this line? So there's a break. Maybe you can take this gold cap, and if you don't need that far of a height for like a micro ATX, you can make it shorter. But it's not adjustable beyond that, it looks like. It looks like you either get half height or put both for full height. and then you slide this up and down. So yeah, if you do end up only needing the height to be this much, you have this like long stick that's sticking out. So there's cheap, yeah, well, you shouldn't be buying from Amazon if you're gonna buy anti-sag stuff, because everything on Amazon is just, okay, that's not, oh, there we go. Everything on Amazon is just resold, overpriced AliExpress stuff. Look at these. These sticks cost like $6 to $7 on Amazon. You could get these adjustable sag sticks for $1. I guess this is the welcome deal, but you can get it for cheaper on AliExpress because you're buying it directly. This isn't a case of like, oh, support local or, you know, US-based businesses. The sellers on Amazon are essentially marking up the prices and reselling from Alibaba and AliExpress. That's the one that you're talking about? Yeah, I guess it's the welcome deal makes it a crazy good price, but I don't know if I would use my welcome deal on a sag stick. Anti-sag bracket. There we go. Yeah, I mean, so all these are welcome deals. I guess their normal prices are closer to $4 or $5. But yeah. Okay, there was no other stream submissions. Blaze box. Okay, let's get through this one. Was I supposed to get through any other thing? Okay, no. Last week was deal hunting. Alright, Blaze box just sent in this. PC I built for my sis for Christmas. Used parts, $520. $520. Got a nice RTX 3070 and a $520 build. That's really good. Ryzen 5700X. Very good as well. 16 gigs of RAM, 1TB NVMe, NZXT 650 watt PSU, X570. Drive was the only new part. That's some pretty good deal hunting. 520 for this. Yeah, very modern system. Not like the most modern, but interesting. Did you get like a deal on the NZXT 120 AIO and the case? Did we not realize yet everything on Amazon is made in China? Anyways, exactly. That's why I don't understand the people who have issues with AliExpress. I guess Amazon does have... I don't know. I've been hearing horror stories about Amazon customer service. I have never experienced that. Ever. People... Because, like, one of the things about Amazon that people say is the return policy used to be very laxed and good, and Amazon would just, like, give you your money back, whatever. Sometimes let you keep the item. But more recently, I've been seeing people posting about Amazon, like, either charging if you make a return instead of just allowing it to be free returns, or just, like, having issues with returns in general. I still... Oh, crap. What's today? I was about to say, I need to return... I bought some micro SD cards. I bought 2 different ones, and then ended up keeping the... Which one did I keep? I kept the Team Group one, so I was gonna return the SanDisk one. But yeah, like, I'm gonna go return this as well. Like, I return stuff on Amazon a decent amount, and I've never had problems. But if people are gonna say Amazon customer service has gone down the drain, then that's even more reason to buy things from directly from the source at AliExpress, I feel. But people abuse the Amazon return policy. That's why they got stricter. It's weird because I have not seen it get stricter, but maybe it's because I'm not doing things that are abusing. Maybe they're only getting stricter for stuff that seem like it's abusable. But yeah, I've not had an issue. Like, I'm about to go return this thing, which is, you know, this is like I guess you can kind of open it, but I guess it's sealed. Maybe it's mostly the people who open, like, sealed stuff and then want to return it after swapping it or something, but yeah. Just for normal returns for stuff that I end up not keeping, or if I buy multiple to see which one like is better in person, never had a problem. My 7800 XT was delivered DOA and customer service was a nightmare. Oof. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's one of those like probability things. I feel like you probably have like a 99% chance of things going well buying on Amazon, like PC parts, and you got unlucky getting a DOA 7800 XT and customer service being a nightmare. Like that combo, I feel like is like rare in the, you know, millions of things that Amazon sells daily. I'm not an Amazon simp, by the way. Obviously, I like AliExpress as well. So they probably check the records of accounts who return items ordered too much. Yeah, that's what I've seen people mention. Did you see my Wi-Fi $2 USB fail comment? I did not. What happened with it? Where did you comment it? Wait, Blazebox says, got case, fans, AIO, GPU, CPU, PSU, all but drive and mobile from one guy for 400 bucks. Got mobile, and so then you put a motherboard in it and the 1 terabyte. So that's what brought it up. Okay. Yeah, so if you got all of that, I was about to say the 120 AIO is, to me, 120 AIOs is like a weird decision, especially in a full-size case that could easily fit 240 or 280 or, can this fit 360? Doesn't look like it. But yeah, like, to make a conscious decision to go out and buy a 120 AIO, even a new one, it's, unless you have like an ITX build, it's a strange decision for me, but you got it in a bundle, so that makes more sense. Where was your comment? The range is maybe 10 feet? Oh boy, mine's delivering this week sometime, so that's gonna be fun to play with. Yeah, it didn't have an antenna, and it's like this big, right? So that kind of makes sense. Tested my brother's 3080 and it was fine. So wait, what's going on here? June the Demon. Did I miss something? There's a Lee case with a pretty stealthy bracketed pre-installed. Okay, so I didn't miss anything. Where did this come from? And it was fine. So definitely the card. So sad. Gonna be weeks before I can get another one. Oh, wait. Sorry, you were talking about the 7800 XT. I thought, yeah, okay. So the only thing that's not working in your system is the 7800 XT. It's not RAM or CPU, and you tested it with another graphics card to confirm. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. I live in Alaska, so I always order from Amazon and never had any issues with returns. I mean, I'm not saying everybody who's had problems with Amazon returns has done something wrong, but I would think that the majority of people do. Waiting on my RMA on my dead MSI Spatium M450 1 terabyte. How long did that drive last you? If it was probably more than 30 days, so you're outside of vendor return warranty. 3 months? 3 months? Yeah, that's not good. I mean, the Spatium, let's see. I don't think that's a drive. M450. Short lifespan. Is that a thing? Yeah, you might have just gotten a one-off kind of bad unit. There's no recalls from what I'm seeing. Died early. The controller died, you think, with 100% on games and then blue screen of death? Okay. That wasn't your main drive, was it? Hopefully it wasn't. That's the biggest pain, if it was your main OS drive. Even if you have like a spare backup, cloning it would be a pain. So hopefully that was just like a games drive, where I guess re-downloading a bunch of Steam games, like a terabyte's worth, would be a little annoying, but better than having to... I guess that could be a good excuse to reset, to reformat your OS, which I'm actually due. How long have I been on this one? 2 years now? I haven't... How do you check? Is there a way to check when you, like, I guess I could just try to look for the earliest files that exist on my main boot drive, but is there a way to check the date that you actually, installed your OS? Is there like a command prompt? Let me see. How to check when you installed your OS. Windows 10. System info. Oh, okay. So it should show it. Okay, system info. When did I install this thing? Okay. This is actually something that I don't check often. Alright, system info. Original install date, 6/7/22. Yeah, so I'm going on a little bit over 2 years. And that's about the time that I usually reformat. I'm thinking about going Windows 11. I have Windows 11 on my benchmark, on one of my benchmarking drives. And I have Windows 10 on my laptop. I don't have problems with Windows 11. So I might actually go to Windows 11. Just do it now rather than when I'm quote unquote forced to. It was, oof, I transferred to a new SSD right before it completely died. Oh, because you were realizing because it was blue screening and like all that stuff, so you preemptively started moving stuff over. Okay, good thinking on your part on that. Failing storage drives are some of the most painful ways when they go out with some or most of your files. Yeah, that's why it doesn't hurt to have even like one of these. You can back everything up. Windows has a pretty like easy to use intuitive backup function in it, but even if you have something like this, which is a slow spinning drive, like a passport thing, this is what, 4 terabytes or something? How big is this? How big is this thing? I think it's 4 terabytes, but it doesn't, I can't believe it doesn't even say on it. But yeah, having something like this hooked up and then having your main drive essentially just be backed up, you know, I don't know, set it every week, every day, whatever you want. Yeah, that would save you in the case where you can't move everything over before the main drive dies. Windows 11 sucks though. What really sucks about 11, aside from the fact that I think the things that suck about 11, people would have said similar things about 10 when we had to move on from 7. People were hesitant to upgrade to 10 as well, and now it's like everyone loves it. Yeah, I don't know. Windows 11 reminds me of Vista. You could make it look like 10. You could move the center icons to the left. You can theme it out and stuff. For me, it's just like doing it now because 11 is starting to become like the push to 11 is there now. More people are switching over, and if I'm already going to be doing it, why not? I'm curious to read all these comments about 11 though, because give it like 5 or 6 years and see what people say about 11 versus whatever the heck comes after it. I don't mind 11 so far. I haven't had any issues. Am I the only one who kind of likes 11 lol? No, I think it's fine when I use it. I don't use it full time, so I can't speak super deeply on it. But for when I do use it, you know, to set up benchmarks and just like, you know, browse on my laptop and write emails or whatever the heck I do, I don't have any problems with 11. I don't think it was as bad as like XP to Vista. I remember that. That was, I did not like that at all. Now Windows is 11 with, Windows 11 is 10 with all the bullcrap we would uninstall and disable shortly before or a fresh install. I figured I would get a head start on Windows 11 before end of life. I actually used Windows 10 again the other day, and it was super awkward. How long have you been on Windows 11, Robert? When was 11 even, like, pretty publicly available? I don't even remember. But, yeah. I need to start thinking about that. Probably when I have a good transition point in what I'm doing. On the channel content-wise. Because I do use my main drive, for, like, everything I do. So, resetting up all like the shortcuts and everything, just resetting up an OS, it'll feel nice because it'll be nice and snappy and fresh without all the crap that I've installed and uninstalled over the years. But I don't know about like all the personal preferences and stuff, because whenever I do OS upgrade, I don't use the built-in Windows function where you like migrate over your files. I do it fresh. I never do like a reformat with keeping old files, or upgrade from 10 to 11 with keeping your settings and files. I don't know why. It's just something that I've done from the beginning, you know, back from even XP. I think XP to 7, that's like when I really got into computers more. And yeah, anytime I do a reformat or an OS like version upgrade, it's fresh. Never migrate. I don't know, is migration better now? Have any of you migrated and kept your files and settings from like 10 to 11? I'm curious to read about that, because I feel like past versions of Windows, the stigma was that it's it comes over either problematic or just not worth doing. Robert fixed it. 40 days sober from Windows 10, so you've been a little bit over a month on 11. Okay. I am still using XP 8.1 and 10. I want to upgrade to NCOM OS 12. Wait, when you say you're using all these, you're talking about on like old side systems? Or like on your main system? Just do Windows 11 install English World instead of English US, and no crap installed. Interesting. And before I go to Windows 11, I need to look up all the tips and stuff. Got a couple of comments about, yeah, the Ryzen performance difference between the two. That's like by default, right? Isn't there a workaround to improve that? I guess you shouldn't, as people who are, I guess, more willing to like play with settings or mess around with their PC, that's not as big of a deal. But for, I guess, the average person who wouldn't even think to, or probably don't even watch content or like read about stuff that covers it, then yeah, they're kind of shafted in the CPU performance decrease. But let me see, 24H2, I thought they did address it, but I haven't been following the Windows Ryzen saga close enough to know all the details up to date about it. But the worst thing is Windows, from like a user standpoint, about Windows 11 is hiding options behind more pull-out menus and drop-downs instead of just having it front-facing. Okay, that makes sense. If you install Windows 11 offline, you don't have to use a Microsoft. Yeah, there's a... I did a Windows 11 install recently, and I didn't have the Wi-Fi hooked up yet, and I didn't have an Ethernet line running to it. And yeah, I set it up locally. You have to go, so you do like that out-of-box experience thing, and then you also do like you reset, like you do IP config refresh, so it resets any potential to try to look for internet at all. And then when you set it up, because there is not even like a glimpse of an internet or your what's it called, your network adapter, right? Then it just like doesn't have the option to try to make you sign into your Microsoft account. But I mean, yeah, stuff like that I would agree is annoying. but it's gonna be a one-time thing to do that. So I updated from 10 to 11 without a problem, as long as you have 40 gigs left. It's not a problem. They recommend 60. Okay. It was just yesterday I found out there's a Windows 11 version called S mode, lol. Copilot is cool though, and new UI is dope. Yeah, so we have kind of differing opinions on everything. I used 11 for 2 years now. It was like the early access or beta releases or whatever, alpha, whatever you want to call it. Has it been that long? Let me see. I don't even know. Windows 11 launch, not launch date. Beta date, I guess. What are we looking at here? The preview of it was 2021. Why does that sound like so long ago? Admittedly, Windows 11 hasn't been on my radar for, like, I don't give it much thought. But 2021 of June, coming up on 3.5 years, Windows 11 has been readily accessible almost for people to use. I think the requirement on Windows to install, wait. You're talking about like the Windows 10, how they keep on pestering me. And I keep on saying, no, stop. And stop telling me to go up to Windows 11. I'm staying on 10 for now. You've been using it since late 21? Wow. Yeah. I definitely have not been giving Windows 11 thought since it's been readily available. Yes, I did see that. There are ways. I actually mentioned that in the video. Talking about like when you do budget builds, one of the cons is but then I ended up cutting it because the video was getting too long. Because like the Rufus tool, right? It has an option in there to make it work with older hardware. Yeah, so even mainstream tools to make bootable thumb drives for installation media, they also have options in there if you have older hardware to bypass some of the requirements. So that's pretty interesting. But alright, we've been going on for 2.5 hours. Now we're talking about Windows 11 of all things. Thanks for a fun and, pretty talkative stream. Dang, chat and the view count is still pretty good right now. So, hope you all had a good time. If you guys haven't seen the video that I dropped yesterday yet, $200 build is actually sitting right there. I need to figure out what to do with it. Because I don't need another PC sitting around my place. So, yeah, whether I sell it or somehow find a way to give it away. Yeah, but I do have plenty of content planned for the next few weeks. I just need to get to doing them in a timely manner. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this week's stream. So, thanks for coming out. Hope to see you all next week, same time, as always, 5 p.m. Pacific time Wednesday, hopefully, unless I have to, like, change it for whatever reason. But yeah, y'all have a good rest of your week. Have a great rest of your night, and then have a good weekend coming up. And I will see you all next week, or in the Discord channel, whichever. So, take it easy. Bye-bye.